You toured with Blind Melon right out of high school. You got signed out of high school, and then you toured.
Well, it was just a couple years. Just like, I think 3 years after we were out of high school, something like that, 3 or 4 years. But before that, I actually did a publishing deal with Chrysalis, and that's how they helped us make the first CD that we made. And after we put the first record out in Columbia in '93, we did in '92. So around '93 we went on tour, and Blind Melon had heard our record and actually were open to having us tour with them. And it was pretty fortuitous. Like right as they asked us to do it, they blew up with that No Rain song. No Rain. So the tour that we were booked on to go with them is right when the whole thing was blown up. So we had the opportunity to play in front of a lot of people that we hadn't, before.
Which album did you had a guest appearance by Van Dyke Parks?
The last one.
That was the last one.
Yeah, he did a string arrangement. Nara is actually a friend of the family because she's Lowell George from Little Feat's daughter, and my dad actually plays in Little Feat and wrote music and collaborated with him when he was alive in Little Feat back then. But Van Dyke Parks was also part of that whole family as well. And that's how, I think that's how my dad met him, because he was, he was working with Lowell George, and he was just a family friend that I'd see around. And later, I, appreciated the stuff that he did with the Beach Boys and his own song cycle thing he did on Warner Brothers, and also just arrangements and production stuff he'd done. I was lucky enough to talk him into doing a string arrangement on this one song called Might Not Know It Now, and I played cello on it, so it was natural for that. And the bass player plays this other really weird instrument called the Chapman stick, and it's a pretty funny looking instrument, but it's interesting.
I just want to see you up in front of the high school kids playing the cello and the Chapman stick, because that to me is like,
that would
you're like, see, practicing does pay off, people, because we're playing the quad. You came from a background, a family background with music, so there was never there wasn't an argument such as, oh, Dad, I want to be a rock and roller, I want to be a musician when I grow up. You'll never, no son of mine will ever do that. You didn't have that type of...
Actually, it wasn't as like straight up like that, but there was definitely...
There was no twisted sister, I want to rock.
Yeah. But he was definitely, because he knows very well that, it's not so simple and easy, So he definitely was trying to get me to have something to fall back on. He was disappointed that I wasn't doing good in high school. I didn't take any SATs. I don't even have SSTs.
The SSTs, those were tough.
By the time I actually got a publishing deal, he understood that and respected how determined, and he knew that I was determined that I was going to do this, and he appreciated the music I was doing too.
That's always nice, because often the parents don't necessarily like the music of the young kids today, whoever that is, whatever generation it is.
Since he's a musician,
right.
Generally I'd say musicians are more, when it comes to, they're more open-minded, and my parents in particular, they're both very, so I was really, really lucky.
There was never a moment in Topanga Canyon where you would turn to them at the dinner table and say, I want to be a Republican lawyer, like a Alex P. Keaton type of thing, and just floor them, and kind of, because kids a lot of times want to do the opposite of what their parents want for them.
Yeah, just in high school, they just didn't like how I was dressing, because I was really trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. I'd shave my eyebrows off one week, and then I was just doing.
You and Boy George.
Yeah. Exactly. I'd go from new romantic to the kind of punk rock to whatever. Actually, I remember I went to. I saw the Violent Femmes' first show in L.A. at the Music Machine, and it kind of I was like, oh man, that's really cool, and I kind of turned me upside down my fashion. Of course, my mom used to dress me up until I was in junior high school. So